We've just been watching a couple of scenes from a lovely play called The Pride. Tell us about it.
So for Pride, it's by Alexi K. Campbell. It was written in 2008, and it's an absolutely stunning play that both Dan and I absolutely fell in love with. That deals with, I guess, a love triangle between three characters in two parallel timelines.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the 1950s, when it's a married heterosexual couple whose lives sort of come unravelled when a young man enters their life.
Let's talk about your character, because he's another one that's a bit spooky throughout all this, isn't he? Tell us about your character.
So I play Philip. Philip actually appears in both time periods. So in the 50s, he is not a very happily married man, and he ends up having an affair with another man. And the whole of the sort of the play, he's toiling with his own self in a sense. He doesn't really know who he is, and he can't really come to terms with it, which is really sad.
I'm Simon. I'm playing Oliver in The Pride. Oliver, playing two versions of Oliver. I'm playing the 1950s version of him, and then the alternate modern day version of him.
And how are you making them different then?
So we did try and toy around with like accents and stuff like that, but we found that modern day Oliver sort of does come from quite an affluent sort of family and whatnot. So it wasn't so much a case of accent, but more sort of attitudes towards them.
What did you like about this piece then? What made you choose it?
The style of the piece, the way the two timelines unravel and merge into each other. But also there's a fourth character in there.
Mm-hmm.
This fourth actor plays three different roles.
Playing a character called The Man, a character called Peter, who's a lads mag editor, and a doctor.
Right.
Set in the 1950s, the doctor.
And how are you making each of the different characters totally different?
Well, one's a male prostitute,
Mm-hmm.
and Peter's a lads mag, really lads sort of guy, and the doctor is sort of 1950s, so it's very sort of upper class,
Mm-hmm.
like what you saw before.
And is that something you like doing, playing lots of different characters in the same play?
I really enjoy playing different characters, being able to get into playing different personalities. So I just love doing it because you're always someone else, you know, especially in the same show.
It's quite nice to see a script that is not necessarily coming out slowly, but seeing how far we've come, but also saying that we're not all sorted. We're not all still okay these days.
Yep.
Life isn't the easiest it's ever going to be. We still have challenges and things that we have to face up to.
What I find really, really interesting with the piece is it's not a case of the two different characters. Obviously they're the same person, same age, in two alternate times, but they're not so much different people, it's just how society has shaped that person. All 50s Oliver, he is much more of a romantic.
Right.
But then you get modern day Oliver, who's a massive, massive cynic. And I feel like it is society who puts it on you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, back then, everything was so secretive that, you know, we had the hope that there could be a better life out there. Now we have this complete freedom. And do we take that freedom for granted? Do you know what I mean? Do we take advantage of it? And how that shapes you as a person?
And it's already selling out quite fast, isn't it?
We've had a fantastic response to putting on a hotel. I think a bit of it is because it has gone on West End Broadway and it has done a tour around the UK, and it left such a great impression as well. It's so strong. There seems to be such a need for this sort of play as well at the moment. We think it's really resonating, and we're fortunate to have Hope Mill as a venue.
Well, let's talk about that sound first of all, because that is as spooky as all hell, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very ambient music, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of looking at sort of horror, sort of ambient noise, sort of comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard to listen to. But
It's very cleverly done, even though from what we've just seen, it goes very dark, but it's got like, it's almost buttered over with a lightness, yeah.
It is. I mean, I think people do need to be prepared to see some very, very dark scenes, come to see it, but there is, you aren't leaving the place at the end going, oh my God, I feel destroyed, or anything. You will, hopefully, I mean, I think it's very likely that people will leave the theatre feeling moved, definitely enlightened on certain subjects, and hopefully they leave hopeful, which is what it's all about.
And always a nice way to leave the theatre as well, isn't it?
It's hopeful, yeah.
Yes.
It's not all tied up in a nice bow though.
Oh, is it not?
Maybe not.
Look at you with your cliffhangers,
We'll see.
eh? I love it.
As a theatre company, a big for us audiences, especially audiences who identify as LGBTQ+, that they see the themes and issues and they go away and they discuss it. So actually, as well as the play we're performing, we're also producing a short booklet to programme, which is free and has articles from academics and artists responding to the themes within the play.
Right.
And we'll be doing a series of short online films as well, interviewing people discussing themes within the play as well. So absolutely, we want people to talk about these things.